Good morning, good morning. This morning has been rough, I'm not gonna lie. The first day of spring break is like the first day of school. I hardly slept. Whew. All right, but we are gonna get this going. I'm gonna turn this down a notch because I feel like it sounds louder. And we don't want to get in trouble with the Facebook people. All right, so my name is Carmen. I am, good morning, Miss Amber. My name is Carmen. You are watching my Wake Up to Makeup that I do every morning. How's my lighting, Amber? I hope it's okay. Maybe we need to adjust that a little bit rather. Ooh, did I just make it worse? Good morning, Miss Emily. I'm trying to just adjust my lighting. There, okay, I feel like I don't have this like shining ball right there on my forehead. Good morning, Valerie. So you were watching my Wake Up to Makeup. Let's get this right. And I am not a makeup artist. I'm not. I am, light a little off. So is it darker? Is it lighter? My hair's gonna get all frizzy. I am not a makeup artist. I'm just a girl who loves makeup and sharing the tips and tricks that I have learned along the way. Today's look is going to be a dusty rose and some blue. That's what I'm bringing to you today. But first, we're gonna do something that I hardly ever do because I always forget it. We're gonna exfoliate our lips first thing. I'm gonna there we go. Ooh, look, you guys gotta see what I got. Do you see my new picture right there? Rise and shine. It's one of my favorite things in the morning. Yes, I adjusted it. Is it better? All right, so we have our lip exfoliator. You just twist it up, it comes out. This is kind of what it looks like when you first get it and then you use it. And it looks like that, but that's okay. So I just like to rub it in. Amber, are you really? Oh, can I get a high five? Oh my gosh, I am so proud of you. Now I'm gonna hold you accountable. Oh girl, I am so proud of you. So I just like to twirl it on and kind of get a finger in there. Girl, way to go. You just brightened my morning. Because I'm dragging. I am dragging. I admit it. Normally, I went to court and just sitting on my butt. I got $25. That's awesome. So when I put it on my lips, I usually will let it sit there for a minute and just kind of rub it in. It feels amazing, but it's got like sugar in it. So good morning, Miss Laura. I forgot to thank everyone for watching. So if you are a replay viewer, thank you so much for watching the replay. I totally appreciate that you came back later in the day to watch me. Huge thank you to my live viewers. Now I'm just gonna wipe it off, but my lips feel amazing. So, okay, we're gonna move on. I desperately need, can you hear that? Like, we're running out of rose water. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble. Was that my brother? Was that my brother? Did I miss him hopping on? That looked like my brother's. Look, we're running low. We're running so low. Thank you, Laura, for sharing. Miss Big Winna. All right, we're moving on. I am going to use, well, first of all, we're going to come over here. Instant Lifting Serum. This is gonna, and look, I'm still scraping. It's been how long? Over a week, and I'm still using the same bottle. That's because if you just do those little tricks, it will save you. And you will get an extra week or so out of all that. Can you imagine? I cannot imagine throwing that away because no more would pump out. That's like money down the drain. So this here is going to help take away some of the fine lines and wrinkles. They're not really going to take it away. They're just going to help make it less dominant. What the hey, I never win. But you did. Not once, but twice. Just saying. All right. Now, the one thing I wanted to talk about is someone asked the other day about bags under the eyes. This here is going to help underneath the eyes. So I'm just bringing it under today, and then we're going to hit these little spots right here. So thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing. It really, really helps me out a lot when you share with your friends. Good morning, Sammy. I tell you, today is just going to be rough. We're going to let this dry a moment. That's why we're just going to chit chat. I'm totally excited about my look today. I am kind of, I don't know if, yeah, we've got a nice, what does Kelly call these? A rude intruder that came into my face yesterday. Thank you. Go home now. On Friday, I did a Facebook Live with my beautiful friend Kelly, and we did this really amazing fun look, and it was really, really simple, and I really, really liked it. So I'm gonna do it today and just use a different shade, and hopefully I remember how we did it. But so yeah. All right, next we're gonna use our Touch Glorious Primer. This is also gonna help just be an amazing base for your makeup, but also a protective barrier for your skin. It is amazing, and your skin is gonna feel satiny soft, and it's just great. And it's gonna help your makeup stay on longer, so it's gonna really help you for throughout the day. I had my alarm set for so early this morning because I forgot it's late start Monday. And when my husband came in, I'm like, because he gets up at 4. And I'm like, can you get me up extra early so I can try and get started early? And then I remembered, it's late start Monday. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Yeah, so we turned the alarm off. All right, so liquid foundation. I'm gonna take whatever's in the dropper, and you can see that it separates, and it's supposed to, so don't be alarmed. I'm just gonna open my dropper and empty it inside there, and then give it a good shake. If you're popping on, feel free to say hi, tell me where you're watching from. All right, so last week, I think it was last week, I tried some new ways to add on the foundation on my face. I did not like it. I tried it. I gave it a go. I'm just gonna stick with what works best for me. I'm shaking up a different color because I'm gonna add a little bit of this dark with that light, which is what I do between seasons because I always end up with a little bit of off colorness. So we're gonna grab our powder concealer brush. This brush is heavenly. You do wanna give the primer time to kind of soak in the skin. So that's why I kind of like to take my time. So I'm gonna put the dark shade right there, and then we're gonna come in with our light shade. And I just use 6 drops total, that's it. I tried the different way. I really gave it a go, and I just don't like it. And I know they said, you know, they don't want their the gal that I was watching said, you know, she doesn't want her product on her brush, but I just feel it goes on differently. So I'm going to stick with what works for me. So we're just going to buff this on. This brush, it is expensive. I'm not going to lie, but the multi-use of it is amazing. And it just is really, really a fantastic brush because I can use it for foundation, and then I can use it for my powder, and then I can use it for my concealer. So it's really, really a great brush. Now what another piece of information that I learned the other day, because I am always trying to learn new things, and that's why you'll see me try new things. But I'm always trying to find new ways to do something and see if it works. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. I don't know, but I'm gonna try it. Good morning, Miss Shelby. But what I did see them say is they said to come back and continue buffing. Because of the products in this liquid foundation, you can come back in and it dries to a matte finish, which is amazing. And then I'm going to do something different too that I don't normally do. I'm not going to set it today. I'm going to set it with my setting spray at the end, but I'm not going to use the setting powder. But I am going to make sure I get under here really good, please. All right. So we're going to keep that right here because we are going to use that. So I was watching my friend the other day. I told you we did the Facebook Live on Friday, which was amazing. It really was. That's one thing she said, oh, you can zoom in. Oh, I did not know that. Look at that. You can zoom in. All right. We're going to just adjust it just a little bit. You know, we kind of get our certain order we do things, and I kind of go almost, I am back, Shelby. Are you excited? I knew you would be thrilled. I had to go with the namaste today because I feel like I'm going to need it. So namaste. So I did this Facebook Live on Friday with my friend Kelly. We're going to try and do that regularly together. And she goes in a different order. And of course, it's really hard to change habit, but I'm going to kind of go a little bit different order. So first of all, I'm going to have to put a little bit. Thank you, Shelby. I'm so glad you're so excited. We're going to put just a little bit of concealer on that bad girl, our little rude intruder, and we're just going to let her sit there for just a moment. I hope I can find the perfect shade for my face, because every time I buy a foundation, it always makes my face look orange. Well, we do not want that. So, Amber, while I'm talking, I'm going to, what order did we do things the other day? I think this is where she does her concealer before she does her eyes. You made me break routine. Well, I'm glad I could be back and get you back in your routine, my dear. Thank you. Good morning, Miss Katie. Okay, so I am going to go a little bit out of order today. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to come in and use our concealer. I think that's what we did. I don't know. I tell you, I'm going out of order. It kind of throws me off. Hopefully I don't forget to do anything. But, all right, so I'm going to turn the camera just a little bit. We're going to go right under the eyes. One trick that I thought of, this is what happens when you have trouble sleeping, is these things pop in your head. And that was me last night because I happened to get a message from someone that has dark circles, and I remembered a trick. So I'm going to play with it, and then I will show it. So anyways, if you notice I'm going out of order than what I normally do, it's because I am. I know. Let's hope I don't forget anything. So we're just going to do underneath the eyes. And I'm doing kind of a triangle right here. And we're just dragging it and kind of fading it into the skin. And then we're going to do the same thing that I normally do. We're just doing it a little bit different. I like to clean off my brush because we want to get that on there. You do not want to bring that triangle that we have here. If you can see here, from here to here, and then underneath the eye, you don't want to bring that down below the nose. So we're going to come in now and we're going to buff that in. And this is kind of where the magic happens, because this is where you really want to work it into your skin. You don't want to have that extra layer there. So we're just going to work it in. And then I'm trying to stay away from my temple here, because then this is where we're going to bring down our contour. So I'm just going like right here to the end of our lash line. Not lash line, our brow line. And we're going to do this side. I hope everyone had a spring break. Us over here on the Central Coast, we're on spring break this week. Now we're all getting back to the grind, back to school. All right, I'm just gonna work it in there. Now this is where we're gonna wipe off the brush and we're gonna buff this in again. I feel like I'm a little red today, and I don't know if it's because, oh, here we go. I moved it. We need some tissue. Always keep a roll of tissue paper around, or toilet paper. Always, because it's handy. So I'm just going to take one square and we're going to dab underneath the eyes and take off any excess, because we don't want any extra product than we need to. Not much comes off. I don't know if you can see that. See, just a little bit. So we're just going to let that sit for just a moment. Feel free, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comments. Also, feel free to hit that share button. Sorry guys. The hubs was calling from work. So whenever he calls from work, that always scares me a little bit, because you never know if it's an emergency. And luckily it's not. He wanted to know our Texas vacation schedule. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm on a Facebook Live. Oh, okay. Anywho, okay. So next step, so we buffed it on. We tapped off the excess. Good morning, Carolina. Good morning, Mark. We are gonna dampen our beauty blender. So I'm just gonna spray it with rose water. If you're around your sink, you can use your sink water. You just do not want to use a dry sponge. And then we're going to start on the inside and just tap our way out all the way. Amber, what I was saying before the hubs called is we have this really cool, and this is something you and I can actually work on before you get down to where you purchase your products, before you sign up as a presenter. We have this. Good morning, Michelle. You were able to hop on. Congrats. Good morning, Miss Brandy. If you guys are hopping on, feel free to say good morning and tell me where you're watching from. But Amber, back to what I was saying. We have this really cool online test you can take, and you answer the questions, and then it shoots you back. I think it gives like 2 suggestions of kind of where you're at with your foundation. But what's even better, as we move on to using our concealer as our contour, if I can find the shade that I just had, is we have the Love It Guarantee. So if you get it and it is not your shade and you're not digging it, you've got 14 days to send it back and get a different shade. So far, out of all the color matching I've done, I've had maybe one person that I can remember send it back. So it's pretty accurate. Okay, so we're gonna take, good morning, Brandy. I'm getting ready for work here in Texas. I was just talking about Texas because we're gonna be going in August. So I am gonna use Kelly's technique where I really liked it. She just made a cross. I gotta look right here in my mirror, not in the camera. She made this cross going from there and then right above here. And I really liked the way that worked out. And then we're gonna take the excess. We're gonna go 2 fingers from the lip, 2 fingers from the ear. We're just gonna get right down in here. And I can't remember if we did the Lazy Woman's contour before, but I'm doing it right. I'm just doing it this way. I'm going a little out of my normal routine, guys. I know, it's unusual for me. I don't know because I don't know where anything is, but what I can tell you is I believe we're gonna be in San Antonio. So I don't know how close that is to where you're at. So I'm now just gonna buff this in just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in with, we're just gonna take it and we're just gonna fan it out. Just gonna fan it out like that. And then I'm gonna take my Beauty Blender and I just dropped my baby one. All right, we're gonna dip that in there. Because I keep a cup of hot water and Kara told me I need to wet my sponge more, I just dipped it in my cup of hot water. It's about 4 to 5 hours away from me. Oh, bummer. Okay, so now we're just gonna take our damp Beauty Blender and we're just gonna tap, 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 tap. And hopefully this is the order. If not, I mean, I'm not gonna die, right? I mean, it's makeup. So we're just gonna tap away at our forehead. I feel like, did you guys see that post about the tapping? I feel this can also kind of be therapeutic. Maybe it's just me. But, so I'm digging her whole cross contour thing. I feel like it helps me, so I kind of really, really like it. Now we're gonna move on to the Busy Woman's contour that you guys have seen me do a ton. The one thing I did recently learn, I'm gonna put the lipstick that we're choosing. I actually have my lipstick chosen already. The one thing I did recently learn is that you really wanna do your contour based on your face shape. So, because I feel like I thought I was round. Do I have to buy my own Beauty Blender or will I get one? I do not believe the Beauty Blenders come in the kit. We do have some Beauty Blenders, but this is where I got mine. I don't know if you have. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do my sides here. I don't know if you have a Marshall's where you live, but my daughter and I, we get our Beauty Blenders. I'm just trying to peek them out here. We get our, and I think I got mascara on that. We get ours at Marshall's. We both kind of like them better, and they're really inexpensive. You could get them for a couple of bucks. So let me know if you have a Marshall's. If you don't, we can work on that. So I'm gonna put that right here, and then we're gonna come in right underneath the cheekbone. Now Kelly does this pinching and she works it in really good. And I just feel like I have a harder time with that, but we're gonna go for it anyways. We're just trying to stay right under that line, and then we're gonna come in and push it up. We do have beauty blenders. I think there's 2 of them, and I'm trying to remember how much they are. I think they're 20 bucks. But the ones I get are from Marshall's, which, you know, are less expensive. And then I wouldn't feel so bad if, like, I lost it. I live in LA. It's such a small town. We have 1 grocery store. Oh my gosh, girlfriend. It sounds like the town I grew up in. The town I grew up in, my family, it was a very small town. We're gonna get the gobbler. If you feel like you need your gobbler, be sure to get that. Don't go all the way down the neck. You just wanna go right under here. The town I grew up in, like, our family had the only gas station in town. Some of my cousins, they had the tire shop. The Gaillarducci's had the grocery store. It was a very, very small town, so I do that. So there we go. So just, that's my busy woman's contour. Is it exactly the contour? No, but it's one that works for us busy people. Oh, wow. You could always check the Family Dollars and see if they have them there. So that was the Beachfront bronzer that I use for my busy woman's contour, and I absolutely love it. So, and I actually think I like doing this in this order that I did today because I feel like this is better and I'm not going to have to go back over it. I am going to use, I'll be in and out. Sorry, I'm working already this morning. Girl, that's the best thing about being live and it being on Facebook because you can pop it in and out. You can pop in and out anytime you want. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you popping in and saying hi. Michelle, I know something that I wanted to work with you was like the hooded eyes. So I have to try and do that. I am going to use a tad bit of blush today. And I mean a tad. And I'm just going to bring it right over what I did with the bronzer. Just right above that line. You do one thing that I told you, I try to learn a lot of things and teach myself because that's how I learn. Is your blush should not go below your nose. It should not go below your nose. So we're just going to go kind of just right above that bronzer. And I'm just using a little bit of that because I am kind of going with pinks today. So let's move on. We have more bars than restaurants. Of course they do. I think our small town, I don't know if anyone from my small town growing up is on here this morning. I'm trying to think. I think we had 2 bars and then there was maybe a 3rd one. Isn't that funny how there's like, but we had, oh no, we did not have several restaurants. We had the Ornalises and then we had the Lumberyard. We probably had like 2. It was very, very small. And then I moved away to something even smaller, if you can imagine that. Okay, so we've got that. I am actually so very happy with my foundation and look right now. We're gonna just rub that in because that was a rude intruder. And I think we're going to move on to brows. And I'm trying to remember which step we did luminizer in. I don't know. But we're going to move on to brows. If you guys are popping on, feel free to say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. You can also hit that share button. Sharing is caring. And I can't really put this out here to the world on a public forum because it would be against compliance, but I do love to give back to my sharers. So sharing is caring. If you shared this, comment below that you shared so I know you shared it. I wish I had your morning energy. Honey, if you only knew. If you only knew. You know what it is? Let me tell you what it is. It's you guys. Like, you guys make my morning, because I was not feeling it this morning because I think I only got a couple hours of sleep. Couldn't find the melatonin. And then my hubby found it for me. I'm not sure how it ended up in my purse or why it would be in there. So I did not take that till after 11. Stayed up watching Hoarders, and I'm dragging. But you all that follow me, seriously, give me the energy to do this every morning. And I also have dedicated myself to doing this every morning. So what's my little quote for this week? No, wait, which finger? There we go. I can and I will. So thank you guys for watching and giving me the energy to go live every single morning at the butt crack of dawn. Is it even dawn? It is dawn, right? It's past dawn. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Miss Chris. I gain that kind of energy around midnight. Oh, dang. Okay, it's time for brows. So we're going to come in with my absolute favorite, the Brow Obsession palette. I do have a pencil here, so if anyone is ever interested in seeing the pencil, how the pencil works, you just got to let assistant know, and I will show you how that works. So first I'm going to brush them up because we're going to do the bottom line. I'm going to start off with the number 2, which is the darker shade, and we're just going to define underneath. And then we're going to use the darker shade to do somewhat of an ombre brow. So we're going to do dark for the tail end, basically from this point, you see right there where it goes up all the way down right here. My hubby and I are puppy sitting for a month. Puppy sitting for a month? Dang, you guys are nice. That's a long time. Was that first night? So he was up and down. Oh gosh. I feel ya. When we first moved here to the beach, and we moved, hours from our home, from our hometown, and my husband was still working in our hometown, actually further than our hometown. I'm just going to come over here and do the same thing to the other side. The kids, actually, it's this spring break. Right now is like 6 years that my kids started their school here for the first time at the coast. But we went to take the kids for haircuts right before they started the new school. And right next door was the Animal Kingdom. And my husband's like, I'm going to go over and look at dogs. I'm like, fine, I'm just going to sit right here. And he comes back and he's like, Carmen, you got to go over there and look at this poodle. And I'm like, no, I don't. It's not happening. We're not getting a dog. Like, no, I'm going to be single parent half the time. I am not adding to what I need to do. Like, it's not happening. So kids finish the haircuts. We walk over to Animal Kingdom so I can look. And he's like, oh, you have to hold her. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. Like, no, I'm not going there. And we went there, held the dog. Big mistake, don't hold the dog. And I'm like, no, I don't need a dog. I don't need another child. I'm already going to have to do all this parenting on my own. Like, it's not going to happen. Held the dog. We drove away. And I'm like, I would name her Coco Chanel. Big mistake. Big, huge. And so hubby called and we brought her home the next day. My brother renamed her. He was away, deployed in Afghanistan, and he's like, can I give her middle name? And I'm like, well, I already am going to name her Chanel. And he's like, can I give her a different name? I'm like, sure. So her middle name is Beware. So if you don't know who Coco Beware is, then Google it. Google it and then tell me or post the picture in the comments of what you find. So we're coming in now with the light. Yeah. And now I love the little brat. But Amber, that first night we had her, I was messaging my friend. I'm like, huge regrets. I don't want this dog, because she was telling me you have to keep it in the crate. She was telling me everything to do it right, and I was, but it is hard because it's like having a baby. You know, my kids were already a little bit older, so I didn't have that. Boy, I was not a happy camper. My brows are turned out nice today. But it was hard. Having a puppy is hard work. All right. On top of that, we drove 4 hours from Vegas to our home. Holy cow. Holy cow. All right, so we brushed down the brows, and now we're just gonna... Sorry I got in the whole story about the dog. But that's how we came to get Coco. Not in my plans whatsoever. And then now I can't imagine not having the little brat. Even when she drives me nuts. Okay. So there we go. So I'm gonna fill in this little spot that I have here, just because that's the little spot that we're kind of working on. And then be sure to come back in and brush them out. There we go. And then you can see here, see that? You can do two things. One, you can take your brush like that, boom, like gone. Or if you have your amazing palette, you come in with this. Ooh, I've got that brown. Oh my gosh, I learned the best trick from Kelly. I'm gonna have to show that today. I totally forgot. You can come in with this pink right here. His name is Bert. Oh, his name is Bert. Oh my gosh, that's freaking adorable. His name is Bert. He's a lab pit mix. Oh my gosh. Bert, that is adorable. You guys are so kind to be babysitting a dog for that long. Like, you guys are amazing. Especially because you have a baby. All right, so we're now gonna come in with the wax. A little goes a long way, so I'm just barely gonna touch that on. If you've watched me at all, you know I always try to start small and apply more if needed. Sometimes less is more. Now, if you're going for really bright, shiny brows, because that's your thing, then you can definitely use extra, but it's not my thing. It's your brother's puppy. Oh, you do it for your brother. No, I get it. I got two brothers, and they both got puppies. All right. Now, I feel like Kelly already applies her luminizers, so we're going to do that really quick. Yes, the things we do for our brothers. But, you know, you got to do it because we love them. When my brothers, we're going to come in with the powder luminizer. This is Benevolent. I'm going to use my fan brush that I absolutely adore. When my little niece was in the hospital, I would go over and take care of my doggy few. That's what I called them. We're going to come in right here, and we're going right on that cheekbone. You do not want to go to the insides of your eye. If you have, you know, crow's feet, little wrinkles there, you don't want to accentuate those. So we just come right below. You could even use your finger if you want. Oh, wow. Ooh, I think I'm going to stick with my brush. I feel like I have more control. Hoo-wee. Now with the powder stick, which is one I really, really want to try, we have a luminizer that's a cream to powder, which I was totally terrified to use. But my friends, two of my friends use it and they love it. So I'm like, I'm really going to have to try that. But I am going to stick with using my brush, not my finger, because that was a little, I'm not that, like my daughter kills it. But I don't know if I feel like, I don't know. I just can't do it. So we're just gonna stick right up here. I'm just going right to the side of my brow. And then we're gonna do the nose. I do love the nose. If you're popping on, feel free to say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. Feel free to share this video. Okay, we're gonna go right here on the cupids though. Oh, and then the one thing Kelly, we did the other day when we did our contour, and I totally forgot about this. Show you right now, to add more of like a pouty, more of a pout to your lip. If you get your bronzer, and I'm gonna pinch, go right underneath the lip to add like a little shadow. But while we're there, because I realized I forgot to do this, is I'm gonna pinch and then I'm gonna go right here. I'm getting to the side of my nose because I do have somewhat of a wide nose. And then we're gonna add shadow right underneath. And then I'm gonna come in with my brush and we're gonna work on the line of demarcation. Okay. If Kelly was watching, she would be so proud that I used big words. All right, guys, moving on, moving on. All right, we are going to use primer. Now, the one thing, if I can, I'm not sure where she disappeared to. Where'd she go? I thought she was right here. Maybe we won't be using primer. Oh, she's right here. She's hiding behind the lip plumper. All right. The one thing we've talked about in the past, you should really use your ring fingers. So I'm going to use my ring finger on my pinky. We all know why I'm not using my ring finger. Now, when you use the primer on your eyelids, if you have oily eyelids, you do want to be careful, but you don't have to use much. A little goes a long way. Let it sit for just a moment. Today, we're going to use cream shadow and a powder from one of our, not the sculpting trio, from one of our palettes. So we're going to use palette 4. And I am using this dark Triumphant. Or maybe I'll use, no, I'm going to use Triumphant, I think. And then I'm going to do her technique because usually I bring the color underneath, and I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to do a very simple, clean look that, and then we're going to use, so we're going to use, ooh, we're using a good mixture today. So we're going to use Triumphant from their palette 4. And then I'm going to use Astute Pressed Powder. I really need to order the Z palette because I was so terrified of the pressed powders, but I'm now like in love. So I definitely now want to order them all. Hi, Miriam. Good morning. Thank you for sharing. You're watching from Fellows, California. Oh, we used to go through Fellows every single morning because that's where one of our bus stops was. When we went from Belridge, I'm sure if you live out there, you know where Belridge is or have heard of it. From Belridge through Fellows. And then my mom worked out there. She worked at the cogeneration plant. Good morning, Miss Christine. Okay. So, high school. I went to Taft High School. So we're going to use 2 cream shadows today. And I'm going to kind of do, good morning, kind of like a halfer. Because I'm going to use Victoria's because you guys know it's my favorite. But I'm going to basically use this like the crease and above. I need to adjust my mirror here. Yep, went to Taft High School. Absolutely loved it. Went to Belridge Elementary School. There on the Shell Oil lease. Or Air lease, whatever it's called now. All right. So I'm using the Victoria's Cream Shadow up above and then down to right here. And you don't need a whole lot. A little goes a long way. But it's going to give you an amazing, great base. And then in just a moment, you'll see why we're not going to put it all over. Because we are coming in with Jubilant, which is a dusty rose, beautiful color. Thank you for sharing, Christine. All right, so now we're going to come in with Jubilant, which is a dusty rose, and we're going to use that on our whole lid. Good morning. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm saying your first name right. Is it Ellie? Ellie Ramirez? Did I say it right? Good morning, Miss Ellie, if I'm saying it right. All right, so we're going to come in with the Jubilant, and we're going to put that just right here on our lid. And it is a dusty rose because I'm wearing dusty rose pants, or they're light pink. Same thing, right? And then we are doing a nude can't speak, nude lip. Now when you're putting this on, you want to make sure you come all the way down. Now what I like to do is I use my sense of, I just close my eyes and just feel it coming all the way down to my lid. You want to be sure to cover that lid up. Good morning, Miss Jamie. All right. So I'm just going from the crease down. We're just doing a nice, clean, easy, quick look this morning. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we're good. And then we will move on to mascara and then top it off with some lips. I love, I don't know if you saw my lids previously, but I love that, especially the Victoria's Cream Shadow really helps. Good morning. Cheers. Got the Namaste mug this morning because I feel like I'm going to need it today because it is our first day back after spring break. All right. So we're now going to move on to our transition color. For this, I'm trying to remember how we did it the other day, but I think this is what we did, or if we did that after, but we're going to do it this way. All right, so we're coming in. Our transition color is going to be Astute. So we're just going to dab it in right there. And we're going to windshield wiper this on. And I'm going right above the crease, right there. I'm going to adjust my mirror there. There we go. And I'm not going to do a whole bunch. We're just going to just get a nice transition in there. There we go. This brush is amazing. We're just going to go basically from the inner eye to the outer eye, back and forth, back and forth. That's it. Windshield wiper it on. All right. And then you can add more if you want more. You just add a little bit more. You know, I've said a million times, I just start light and then just add more if I want more, just because it's easier to add it on than take it off. Good morning, Miss Beth, my Southern Belle. How are you? All right, guys. So we're moving on to the blue. Now, what we did... see, I'm wearing navy, so I was thinking of going with the dark. Should we do the dark or this light here? Triumphant, the dark, or the lighter cheerful? I was thinking Triumphant. which is the blue, but we're gonna start very light. So I think I'm gonna stick with that. Good morning, Lori. All right. Let's see, I'm trying to see if my cup, my hot water cup, I'm gonna have to get like a little warmer strictly just for my mascara. Is that not horrible? I just love the application of the mascara when it's been warmed up, especially because where I live, it's really chilly and we don't use a heater. So my house is cold. And then we sleep with the windows open. So that doesn't help. Okay, so we're just gonna tuck it in right there between my thighs. I'm gonna warm it up more. All right, so we're gonna go in with Triumphant. I'm gonna come in right here with that dark blue, and I'm gonna use my crease brush. All right. Keep thinking I'm gonna be running late, and then I remember today's Late Start Monday. Okay, so I'm gonna put just a little tiny bit right there, my crease brush, and excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna go right above where my pupil is, and I'm gonna put a dot. And then I'm gonna go right here to the right, and then I'm just gonna kind of work it in here. I got scared. So if we go right there, so we're kind of just gonna play like connect the dots. We're gonna kind of come in at an angle. All right, and then we're just gonna circle it in. Little tiny circles. And you really can do this with any color. So that, we don't want to go that high. That's okay. We're just gonna circle it in, and then if you want darker, you can go darker. If you want it lighter, then just remember, you can always add more. Just start with less. I'm just doing tiny little circles. We're gonna go all the way around there. And I'm just gonna kind of keep it basic. So we're gonna go right above where the pupil is. So we're gonna put a dot right there. Then I'm kind of looking at the outer edge of my eye, and I'm just putting the dot right there. And then we'll just connect those, and then right here in the corner, we're just gonna kind of connect those dots right there. Kind of like a C. And again, I like to start light with the product. We're just gonna brush it on and then circle it on. Just do little bitty circles. Good morning, Miss Tammy. And then we're gonna come in when we're all finished with our blending brush. And that'll really soften it up. So really we're just kind of focusing right in with that little crease. Not much. Okay. Now, it doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't, because we're gonna come in with this magic brush and we're gonna buff that in. So we're just gonna come in and we're just gonna soften it up. Do little circles. We're just gonna soften the look, okay? Then I'm gonna come in on this side. The best thing is you can use this for any shade. We used Fancy is what I used on Friday. Okay, so there we go. Just easy peasy. Our main focus is going to be that lid right there, but I need to get right there. We're just going to pinch. I feel like that is really strong. Okay. That's it. Now here's the amazing trick that she showed me that I absolutely loved. Is because I always use a liner, but I'm going to switch gears a little bit and I'm going to use this dark. And I'm going to grab my brow artist brush and that's what I'm going to use for my liner. We're really going to focus around the lash line. So I'm just really going to get the tips of my brush right there. And I'm just barely going to get right above the lash line. That's it. So you're like, it's barely going to be noticeable, but when we do our lashes, it's going to be amazing. And it's really going to help the lashes stand out. Okay, so then now I'm going to do the same thing. I can hear the birds outside your window. Can you hear Coco yelling? Or yelling? You can hear the birds. I love it. So right out the window, we have, I'm gonna do my bottom lashes here. Right out the window, we have I'm just gonna stamp this on, a eucalyptus, the Butterfly Reserve, right outside. Like literally, that's the front door is that way. So I guess that would be the front of the house. But that's what you hear, the birds and the eucalyptus trees. And then out the other side of the house that Coco is barking at is the construction we have going on. Not we, but they're building here. So I'm just really sticking right there along my lash line. As you can see, it's not much, but it's gonna help our lashes stand out. She drives me insane. It's one thing I can't handle is barking dogs. And you would think Bryson would stop her from barking, but he's not. Good morning, Amy Lynn. Thank you for sharing, Amber. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp this right under here. And again, it's not gonna be really noticeable because I'm just trying to get right here along the lash line. And remember, you always wanna stick right along the lashes. You don't wanna leave a line of your skin color coming through between the eyeliner and your lash line, because that is just gonna chop your eye in half. Good morning, Carla. If you guys are a first-time viewer, feel free to comment first-time viewer. I would love to know if you're a first-time viewer. I'm gonna do the same thing here, and it's not gonna be a noticeable liner. It's just really going to help boost the lashes, because that's what we're looking at. I just wanna darken the lash line, that's it. And then we're gonna move on to our nude lip today. And to finish it all so we can get back to school. It is back to school time. All right, so there we go. I'm a first-time viewer. You were shared in a makeup room. What? I was shared in a makeup group? Oh my gosh, that could be stressful. No pressure. Just in case you have not watched the replay, ladies, I am not a makeup artist. I'm just a girl who loves makeup, sharing my tips and tricks I've learned along the way. No pressure, Carla. Thank you so much for watching. I totally appreciate that. That's awesome. Okay, so I've told you guys before that I love using my blow dryer. And guess what? It's back. They're normally very nice in that group. Really, that is wonderful because honestly, I've been in a couple makeup groups and I left and they were not nice, which is I'm not okay with that. Because for me, like, women support women, and that's all she wrote. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm gonna take my, oh, girl, you feel me then. I'm gonna take my blow dryer that is back until Bryson stills it. And then I'm just gonna warm up my curler because, yes, I still use a curler because I love it. That's awesome, Carla. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to start at the base of the lashes. And you try to really want to go just one time. So I'm going to give it a real squeeze. Not like a hard squeeze, just a soft squeeze. And then I'm going to go up. So the blow dryer was my daughter's, who went away to college and did not take her blow dryer. Like, I don't know what kind of person doesn't go without a blow dryer. Not me. But she has always, I know it looks bad, but it really does not hurt. She's always hated the blow dryer. Like, I would tell her, Kara, you've got to blow dry your hair. You cannot go to bed with wet hair. And she's like, it's too much work. She's hated it. So when she went away to college, she didn't take it, so I stole it. So my lashes grow literally like straight out like this. And our Epic mascara has like this, there's something in it that helps curl the lashes, but mine still grow straight out. And because I want good looking curling lashes, I use it. And I love it. I've always used it. So it's not like it's too much work. Oh, your blow dryer. So my daughter, I think she does hers mostly at night. Okay, so we're going to do the Epic first, and I'm going to do what I've been doing. I'm going to use both the Epic mascara and the 3D mascara because I'm just loving the way my lashes are looking. So I'm going to come back, get the back of them. Carla, thank you so much for joining. I'm not going to lie, it makes me a little more nervous. But thank you so much for watching. That makes me so happy. And I'm a slow mascara applier. I'm not going to lie. I know some women are just like, and I just can't do that because the aftermath would not be pretty. I'm not gonna lie. I would look like a hot mess. It takes oh my gosh, you're kidding. Well, my hair is short and my hair is thick, but I have to blow dry. But I only wash my hair every 3 days. So I'll wear it straight today. I'll wear it straight tomorrow. The third day is a curly hair day. So if you see me with curly hair, the next day is hair wash day. Okay, so I applied a thin coat of the Epic. The key here is to use a thin coat. You do not want to use a thick coat because we're going to go in with the 3D mascara. So if you have an old mascara wand, or you can use our lash comb, which I do better blindly, just going in like that. At least I'm flapping jaws with, I love that you're flapping jaws with me. It makes me more nervous when I'm live and no one is talking. That is true. So do you go live? Because I will definitely have to follow you so I can pop in. Slow or poke myself in the eye? Absolutely. I would poke myself in the eye because I'm that talented. That would be me. I have stuck myself in the eye with that. That freaking hurts. Okay, 3D mascara. Now, we're going to come in. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think, I do not, honestly, I do not know if I am in any makeup groups. Used to be in several. And how do I say this nicely? I don't know if we as unique presenters kind of got a bad name, but I left a bunch of the groups because it was not nice. They were not nice, and I'm not up for that. Okay, so I'm going to use a 3D mascara. I'm gonna do a light coat on the whole lash, and then I'm gonna focus on the tips of my lashes. And then I'm gonna show you before it, see what I did right there? Already got it, already making a mess. All right, so take a look right here, there we go, at those lashes. This here is what I did with the 3D mascara. And now I'm gonna come in with the fibers. I twist it coming out, I roll it on the back of my hand. You can try the one. I'm in girl, I sat back and watched for almost a year before posting there. Aww. And then we're gonna focus on the tips of the lashes. Feel free to add me. Oh no, we can't, I don't think we're Facebook friends, so you couldn't add me. Duh. All right, so I'm just gonna, and I will just run, you could even go like this. I'm just gonna run the fibers until I feel like they're not sticking anymore. Oh my gosh, that dog is driving me nuts. And the construction is moving closer. At first it was far away, but they're building like this way and they're like getting close. So she's probably all mad. All right, now I'm gonna come over here and do the same thing. And adding this layer of the 3D mascara, because the 3D mascara is water resistant. See, I always make a mess. But that's why we have Q-tips, right? And I always go in with my comb. And then again, I'm gonna come in with the fibers. And when you're doing this, and I'm focusing on the tips, you definitely want, just focus mid-lash to tip. And you could even do layers. If you do nice thin coats, you can do extra layers. Wow, Carla. I am glad it's a comfortable place that you can go live. Like, that is really important. Do you ever go live on your personal wall? So right now we're gonna kind of wait for the fibers to adhere on. I poke myself when I go slow. Really? So you're opposite? Isn't it funny how we're just all so different? I have to go slow. I've seen, is it Kelly that's like, whew, whew, whew. Oh. Yeah, going live on your personal, on your personal wall, it's scary. Because, as women, not only women, everybody, we're always so worried about being judged. And I have somewhat like of a social anxiety, so it makes it even harder for me. Like, I would be totally intimidated in the makeup group. Like here, I don't know if it's because I've got so many wonderful people, friends and people I went to high school with and family that, like, I feel comfortable. But it can definitely be intimidating. Not gonna lie. Now if you comb out after this, you definitely want to make sure that you want to take it easy right now because the fibers are still on there. So if you comb through with this lash comb, you can actually just wipe all the fibers off. Oh, that's so awesome. Now, if I wanted even more banging lashes, I could actually do an extra step, but we're not. We're going to finish up. Kelly, I know, I just can't do it. But here's where we're pulling out the blow dryer again. And this is why I'm so happy to have the blow dryer back at my makeup table. So the fibers are going to add volume and length. So I'm going to just blow dry real quick. Every time I do this, I feel like, the models when they have the fan going and they look all sexy and then I'm like, not. Good morning, Bubba. Yeah, he's the one who steals the blow dryer. So I have it on warm and I have it on high And then every once in a while, I do a little cold blast. And I have it going just like hitting the lashes going up. The fibers add volume and length. I absolutely have been loving it. When I stopped using our lash serum, I feel like I lost a lot of the length. So now that I'm back to using it, I don't know, lately, you know, I've talked about being a very moody applier. Ooh, look at that crazy hair. I just have been in the mood for the fibers on the tip. So you can see right there the difference of adding the fibers on. I will have to, I was looking for my Q-tips and they're like sitting right in front of my face. I'm gonna have to clean that up right there. And then right there. And I have these things I want to show you guys that I picked up. And then if anybody wants some, I will send you one. But they're in a box in the corner. And what'd you do?
I just turned the corner and I had my head like that as I walked through your bedroom door.
You dork. You're such a dork. He got up on his own. My kids are sleepers. I like the way you do your fibers. They look, oh, thank you. And I would totally do an extra layer right now. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow morning. Okay. Did we get through everything today? Oh, I did not do my bottom lashes. Duh. For some reason, my eyes do not water when I do the blow dryer. I did forget my lower lashes though. But I do when I have, the blow dryer is not blowing into my eyes. It's blowing like straight up that way. I forgot to do my bottom lashes. You got to do the bottom lashes. And also what I just realized is I did not do the inner corner. So we are going to do that real quick. Ah, darn it, stuck myself again. You gotta love when that happens. That's okay. That's why we got Q-tips. Every makeup table's need. Good morning, Miss Crystal. Okay, what was I gonna do? I did not do my inner corner. So what I am gonna do, not use that. Where's that palette I used? Not that one. We're gonna use, I'm gonna take this same palette that I used before and I'm gonna take this Tender right here. You gotta do the inner corner because you're gonna see why in just a minute. Lips, I need to see lips. Ooh, yes, I am doing lips. All right, so we're gonna take some Tender. So look here, you can see, we're gonna add it just on one and you're gonna see what a difference. Like it just really makes your eyes pop. Yes, so today, I have never been huge on lipstick. I love lip stains. I've always loved lip gloss. I'm gonna add just to where I'm filling it. There you go. So you can definitely see the difference here, right? It's key. You gotta do it. I know one day I was on my way to work and I looked in the little windshield, you know, the mirror, and I was like, ah, crap, I forgot the dang inner corner. Because that's what happens when you go out of order and then you're nervous about being live and then you forget things, but you know, 'tis life. It's all good. It's only makeup. I'm not going to stress about it. All right, let's do lips. Now we're going to take our beautiful little fan brush and we're just going to do our upper lip just one more time because, I mean, who doesn't want a little more highlight in their life? And that's my favorite spot to highlight. So yes, today I am going to use, if I can get it out of here, use my favorite Pouty Lip Liner. She needs a sharpen. When you sharpen, just a little tip, you don't want to be spinning your pencil. Spin the sharpener around the pencil. Learned that tip, and it's a good one, makes a difference. One thing I have now is white liner in the waterline. Oh, I could totally do white liner in my waterline, girlfriend. I got that. Look. I have Why is that? I learned it at some point, and I have to say it does make a difference when you sharpen. And I'm not sure why. I just remember reading it, and although sometimes I have a very bad memory, some things stick, and that's just something that really stuck. So let's sharpen this. Highlight equals life. Oh, my daughter's highlight, always on point. Like, she's amazing at it. She's an amazing, she does her makeup amazing. Okay, so we're gonna use, I'm gonna do what Carla said. We're gonna use some white in the waterline really quick. And I'm just gonna do like a baby white because I get nervous. There we go. There you go, Carla. That was for you. I wonder if it helps prevent that dang line you get when you try to sharpen and fail. It could be. I'm now going to have to look it up and see why, because I can't remember. I just remember reading it, and it's just one of those things that have really stuck, and so that's what I do. White liner makes your eyes just pop more. Are my eyes popping? All right, let's get to lips, because it's already 7:20. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been live for over an hour. Okay, that's all right. All right, so we are going to use the Pouty Lip liner and line. I like to come in with the X and then the line down here. And then I like to overline just a tad. And when you're doing your lip liner, you want a sharp pencil. And then what's my tip is to always do below. Don't just have that one dark, sharp line. Okay, so there. Do you see there's no sharp line, right? You don't want that. Unless that's a look you're going for. If you're going for it and that's what you want, then you do you. You do you, boo. I just like this lip just to where it fills it all in. Good morning, Erin. All right, so today we're using the Splash Liquid Lipstick in Sublime. I'm pretty sure because the writing is so freaking small, and even with my bifocals, yes, my glasses have bifocals. Sometimes hard to see. This has, I chose Sublime over this Stellar. Gotta make sure I don't get them confused. Stellar is a nude lip, and Sublime, this one, has more of a pink tint. So that's why I chose that one since I'm wearing pink today. So, all right. So now I like to clean off my applicator. There we go. There we go. All finished. All finished, I think. Ooh, no, but we got to use our setting spray. I did not use setting powder today, so we've got to use the setting spray and fluff the hair back up. All right, so today we're using the Behold setting spray. I'm gonna wipe that off. All right. I kind of do the sign of the cross. I know my friend Kelly kind of does a circle, but you know, we all have our ways. Let it, and I think we're finished. So yeah, that's it. So Carla, thank you so much for hopping on my live. I am so excited to have first-time viewers, and I totally appreciate you getting on. If my eyes look brighter today while I'm at school, then you know it's because Carla, I did Carla's white eyeliner tip. So thank you, Carla. You guys have got an email right there. You guys have a fantastic day. Did you all notice my new tip? Which I can and I will. You can and you will. Let's put it out into the universe. Oh, thank you. Thanks for joining me. All right, guys. You guys have a fantastic Monday. If you have any questions regarding the products that I used today, you can either one, ask in the comments here. You can private message me. You can check out my website, beuniquebycarmen.com, or you can contact your favorite unique presenter and they will help you out. That's it. Just looking good, lady. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. If you shared this video, be sure to comment shared because I love to get back to my shares. So have a fantastic Monday. I will be back here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.-ish for makeup, coffee, and chat. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring because I haven't decided what I'm going to wear yet. Aw, thank you. This is kind of one of the looks that we did with Kelly on Friday. Oh, you go feed that beautiful baby and the pup and Bert. Go feed Bert. I'm going to be thinking about his name all day today. All right, guys, have a great day. Peace out.